Did you know that over 90% of the money in the world today doesn't physically exist? It's just numbers, floating in digital space. No gold, no silver, and often, not even paper. But here's the crazy part. Even though this money isn't real, we still buy houses, cars, food, and even dreams with it. So, how does this invisible system keep running? And more importantly, why are you always working harder, but feeling stuck financially? These questions may sound confusing. But understanding them is the first real step toward financial freedom. Money isn't just paper or a number in your banking app. Money is a system. A game with rules. The only problem? Nobody taught you these rules at school. So let me ask you. Do you want to work for money your whole life? Or would you rather understand how to make money work for you? In this video, I'll show you how money really works, in simple terms. We'll break down the complex parts of the financial system into plain language. With real-life examples you can relate to. Brain, here's what you'll learn today. 1. What money actually is, and why its value is changing. 2. How banks create money out of nothing. 3. The difference between income and wealth, and why the rich don't chase paychecks. 4. Why your money loses value every year, even when you're working harder. 5. How to flip the system, and start using the game to your advantage. Direct hit. I'll also give you practical steps to build your financial journey, from zero, even if you're just starting out. Backhand index pointing down. If you're serious about understanding money like the wealthy do, hit that like button and subscribe. What you're about to learn might just change the way you see money forever. 2. How money is really created, the truth about banks. Let me take you behind the curtain, into a system most people never question. You walk into a bank and deposit $1,000. You think the bank stores that money in a safe place, right? Wrong. Here's what really happens. The bank keeps a tiny fraction, maybe $100, and then turns the remaining $900 into loans. That $900 is lent to someone else, who then deposits it into another bank, which lends out 90% of that, and so on. This is called fractional reserve banking, and it means banks can create new money, digitally, out of thin air. Let that sink in. Banks don't just hold your money. They multiply it, loan it out, and earn interest on money that didn't exist before. Now here's the kicker. While the bank is earning interest on your deposit, you get paid what? 0.01% a year? So why does nobody teach you this? Because this system needs people to stay financially unaware. If you knew how banks really operate, you'd never settle for just saving money. So here's a question. If banks can create money, what are you doing just working for it? Pushpin money is a tool. But if you don't understand how it's made and moved, you'll always be a worker, never a player. That's why the wealthy don't just save, they invest. They let their money grow while they sleep, using the same system the banks use, but for themselves. Direct hit. Want to learn how to shift from being a money laborer to a money owner? Stick around. What's coming next will open your eyes. Bell, don't forget to hit subscribe. This is just getting started. The next few minutes could change your entire financial mindset. 3. The illusion of income versus the power of wealth. Let's clear something up. Not all money is created equal. You might earn $5,000 a month. But if you stop working, your income stops too. That's not freedom. That's dependency. Wealth, on the other hand, is different. Wealth is what continues to pay you, even when you sleep, rest, or travel. So, what's the secret? Assets. The rich focus on owning things that generate cash flow. Stocks, real estate, businesses, royalties, these are money machines. Ask yourself, if your job disappeared tomorrow, how many days could you survive without stressing? If the answer is, not many, you're chasing income, not building wealth. Here's the sad part. Most people think saving money is enough. But in a system where inflation eats your savings, that's just a slow path to frustration. Pushpin, want an example? In 1990, $100 could buy a cart full of groceries. Today, it might only buy a few bags. That's inflation, a silent thief. Wealthy people don't save money to keep it. They use money to buy freedom. They build systems that pay them whether they work or not. So ask yourself again. Are you working for your money? Or is your money starting to work for you? Direct Hit coming up, I'll show you how to start building these systems from scratch, even if you have zero assets today. 4. Why your money keeps losing value every year. Let's dig into something that's draining your wallet, slowly, but surely, inflation. Ever wonder why things feel more expensive every year? It's not just in your head, it's real. The government prints new money. Banks multiply it. More money enters the system, but the amount of products and services doesn't increase at the same rate. That's inflation. When there's more money chasing the same stuff, prices rise. So if you're saving $10,000 in a bank, thinking you're safe, you're actually losing buying power every single year. Pushpin, let's say inflation is 6%. That means your $10,000 today will only have the power of $9,400 next year. Now here's the trap. Your salary rarely grows at the same rate as inflation. So even if you get a raise, you're still falling behind. That's why the rich don't rely on salaries. They rely on investments that outpace inflation. Stock markets, real estate, private businesses, even intellectual property. And here's the powerful truth. You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to think differently. Direct Hit, stay tuned, because in the next section, I'll break down how you can start protecting your money and multiplying it, even if you're starting small. Megaphone, and hey, if this is opening your eyes, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to build wealth," so we know you're serious about change. 5. The real game, using debt to your advantage. You've probably been told that all debt is bad. But that's not entirely true. There are two types of debt. Crossmark bad debt, like credit cards, used to buy things that lose value. White heavy checkmark good debt, used to buy assets that generate income. Wealthy people don't avoid debt. They use it strategically. Example. They borrow money to buy a rental property. The rent pays the mortgage. And over time, the property grows in value. That's smart debt. But here's what most people do. They borrow to buy a car, a phone, a lifestyle. And end up stuck paying interest on things that lose value fast. Pushpin, the rule is simple. If debt makes you poorer, avoid it. If debt helps you earn more, use it carefully. Want to escape bad debt? Start by tracking your spending, cutting unnecessary costs, and building a safety net. Then, use your freed up money to invest, not impress. Direct Hit, in the next part, I'll show you simple, actionable ways to start your own path to financial independence, no matter your income. 6. Simple habits that build real wealth over time. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week. And underestimate what they can build in 5 years. Wealth is built on habits, not luck. Let me give you 3 simple habits that can change your life. 1. Track every dollar. What gets measured gets managed. 2. Pay yourself first. Save before you spend. Aim for 10 to 20% of your income. 3. Invest automatically. Use apps or brokers to invest monthly in assets like ETFs or index funds. Sounds basic? That's because it is. But it works. Example. Investing $200 per month at 8% interest for 20 years can grow into over $110,000. Consistency is what turns small moves into massive results. Ask yourself, If I kept these habits for the next 10 years, where would I be? Direct Hit coming up next, I'll show you how to think like wealthy people and adopt their mindset, even if you're starting with nothing. Pushpin. If this helped you, hit like, and share it with someone who needs a money wake-up call. 7. How the wealthy think differently about money. Ever notice how the rich make decisions? They don't ask, how much does it cost? They ask, what's the return? They see money as a tool, not a goal. They invest in learning. They build relationships. They buy freedom, not status. Want to think like the wealthy? Here's how. Stop trading time for money. Start building systems that work without you. Ask better questions. How can I turn this into income? What can I build once and earn from forever? They don't fear risk, they manage it. They don't blame the economy, they adapt to it. Even in crisis, they look for opportunities. Pushpin example. During recessions, wealthy people buy undervalued stocks and real estate. While others panic, they position themselves for long-term gain. Direct Hit. You can adopt this mindset now. It costs nothing but changes everything. Coming up next, I'll wrap it all up with a clear plan you can start today. No fluff, just action. 8. Your action plan. Start using money the smart way. Now that you understand how money works, let's talk about what you can do today. Here's your simple roadmap. 1. Evaluate your current position. Know your income, expenses, debts, and savings. 2. Create a budget. Not to restrict you, but to give your money direction. 3. Eliminate bad debt. Focus on high-interest liabilities first. 4. Build an emergency fund. Aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses. 5. Invest in yourself. Read. Learn. Upgrade your skills. 6. Start small, stay consistent. Wealth isn't about big wins. It's about steady progress. Ask yourself right now. Where will I be 5 years from now if I start today? And what happens if I don't? Megaphone. This isn't theory. This is what the wealthy actually do, quietly, consistently, and effectively. You don't need to be rich to get started. But you'll never get rich unless you start. Folded hands. If you watched till the end, you're already ahead of 90% of people. Now do something they won't. Take action. Pushpin. Subscribe for more deep, real-world money knowledge. Let's build your financial freedom together.